The little cloud that found its light. Once upon a time, in a sky full of fluffy, billowy clouds, there was a tiny cloud named Nimbus. Nimbus was the smallest cloud in the sky, and though he dreamed of being as big and fluffy as the others, he had one big problem. He was afraid of heights. Every day, Nimbus would watch his friends drift and float high above, creating marvelous shapes and casting beautiful shadows on the land below. He longed to join them, but his tiny size and fear kept him close to the safety of the lower clouds. One afternoon, as Nimbus and his cloud friends floated in the gentle breeze, a dark, ominous shadow began to spread across the sky. A storm was approaching, and it was unlike any Nimbus had ever seen. The big, fluffy clouds started to murmur and bustle, their faces filled with worry. "We need to prepare for the storm," said Cumulus, the wisest of the clouds. "This storm is very powerful. We must work together to keep everyone safe." Nimbus's heart pounded as the other clouds soared higher, gathering strength to help shield the land below. Nimbus wanted to help, but his fear of heights made him feel helpless. As he hovered close to the lower clouds, he felt a tap on his side. "Hey, Nimbus," said Stratus, a gentle and kind cloud. "Are you coming with us?" Nimbus looked up at the towering clouds and shook his head. "I'm too scared. What if I can't handle it? I'm just too small." Stratus smiled kindly. "Everyone has something special to offer. Maybe you have a different kind of strength." Nimbus thought about Stratus's words, but felt his fear tighten around him like a storm cloud. Suddenly, the storm arrived with a roar. The sky darkened, and heavy winds whipped through the clouds. The once bright land below was now covered in darkness, and the rain began to pour down heavily. Nimbus watched in horror as the big clouds struggled against the storm, their efforts barely making a dent in the chaos. Then Nimbus noticed something unusual. The storm was creating a lot of rain, but it wasn't very colorful. Nimbus had always loved the colors of rainbows, and he remembered a story his mother had told him about a special gift that could bring rainbows. Feeling a surge of determination, Nimbus took a deep breath and flew upwards, higher than he had ever dared before. He felt the rush of the wind and the coolness of the rain against him. Even though he was scared, he focused on his goal. With every ounce of courage he could muster, Nimbus concentrated on the light filtering through the storm. He began to glow with a soft, shimmering light. As he did, a magical phenomenon began to occur. Vivid colors started to appear in the rain. Nimbus was creating a rainbow. The rainbow stretched across the sky, arching brilliantly over the storm. Its bright colors cut through the darkness, bringing hope and beauty to the land below. The big clouds looked up in amazement, their worries momentarily forgotten as they watched the rainbow unfold. The storm began to lose its fury, and the heavy rain turned into a gentle drizzle. Nimbus floated with a sense of pride and relief, his fear of heights replaced by a newfound courage. He had discovered his own special ability and helped save the day. When the storm finally cleared and the sun began to shine, Nimbus's friends gathered around him, cheering and celebrating his bravery. "You did it, Nimbus," Cumulus said with a warm smile. "You showed us that even the smallest cloud can make a big difference." Nimbus beamed with happiness. He had faced his fear, used his unique gift, and helped bring beauty to the world. From that day on, Nimbus was known not just as the tiny cloud, but as the little cloud that could, and he floated proudly among his friends, always ready for the next adventure. And whenever a storm rolled in, the land below would look up and hope for Nimbus's magical rainbow to light up the sky once more. And so, Nimbus lived happily ever after, a tiny cloud with a heart as big as the sky.